that PS5s are going to be about more dynamic worlds, far more interactive worlds that are far more believable in the way they behave. End quote. This is my favorite part, Govinda. Back in October, Sony Worldwide Studios president Shuhei Yoshida was asked when the PS5 might come out. He replied, quote, PS5 doesn't exist, so there's no future PS5 to talk about, end quote.
Drops the mic.
I love that man.
He is great. One day.
Well, he'll be on here.
One day he will be with us. He will be in us and around us.
I'll be in him.
We'll be in him. He'll be in us. It'll be a joyous, momentous occasion.
I think we just got onto a list where he will never be on.
And we've been blacklisted. Sorry.
All right. Well, that's it for news. How do you feel about that? I mean, I think we have sort of hit the wall with graphics. Like, things are looking better, but it's not like the jump between PS1 and PS2, or even 2 and 3.
1 and 2 was big because it didn't look like complete garbage anymore, and 2 and 3 was big because...
But we didn't know at the time. Like, to me, Final Fantasy VIII was earth-shatteringly beautiful.
Yeah, Final Fantasy X was the same for me. Those cutscenes of Final Fantasy X, I was just like, what is
this
happening?
Is not possible.
This is real life.
Yeah.
And now in-game character models look as good as the cutscenes did then.
Yeah, like now we have The Order, probably the best-looking game on the PS4.
I think it's safe to say that it is just the best-looking game, even though it's 30 frames a second. Yeah. Sorry, I don't care about frames.
Yeah, that's fine.
I care not for frame rates. As long as it's a solid 30... it's okay.
But how about that they have sort of hit a wall, or at least a plateau of graphical improvement. He's saying that the worlds are more interactive and that they behave in more interesting ways. That'll be the way it expands now.
Graphics will get better, but it'll be way more incremental than these massive leaps. Like going 4K gaming, I imagine will be the next one.
Like, what does that mean? Because I don't really know.
1080p resolution is 9... So you've got a frame. It's a rectangle.
I'm familiar with the rectangle.
1,920 pixels by 1,080 pixels.
Yep.
And that's obviously multiplied.
Oh, okay. So that's how it works.
So that's your resolution. That's how many pixels you have on the screen.
Oh.
And that's why you'll get jaggies and stuff is because they'll drop pixel. That's it. So
it's a whole thing.
4K is 4 times the pixel density.
Hey, dude, you should get into PC gaming. I think you might like it.
Yuck. No, I won't do that. But thank you. I have a MacBook and I have Steam on my MacBook, and you know what I've got on it?
Nothing.
Portal.
Yeah, nothing.
the free game that Steam gave me when I joined Steam.
Really?
Yeah.
My I had a whole fucking rigmarole. I've been through 2 different PCs this week. Like, one wasn't good enough, so I returned.
We don't need to talk about this.
But the first one came with League of Legends, like a sign up, just ready to go, and I was like, that's pretty funny.
And then you realise that MOBAs are boring.
MOBAs are the worst. I'm just going to put that out
And this
there.
is coming from... We both played Dota.
We played a lot more Hon, right?
No, I think we played Dota. I saw Hon, but I'm fairly certain we got into Dota. Not Dota 2.
Yeah, okay, you might be right. I played Hon, at least. That's
anyway.
Heroes of New Earth. That's how you fucking know that I've fucking played it. Alright.
What's Dota? What's Dota?
Defense of the Ancients.
Ooh, you're good.
I'm really good. Can we move on?
What's LOL?
League of Legends.
Whoa, dude. What's WoW?
World of Warcraft.
Oh,
I actually had to think about that.
That's weird.
Well, I thought it was going to be a fucking trick of some kind.
What's GOW?
I've actually never heard of that. I don't know what that means.
Oh, I'm actually so disappointed in you. Because what I was hoping was going to happen is you'd instantly go to Gears of War.
No.
And then I was going to go, dude, PlayStation podcast, it's God of War.
Did you say GOW?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, I've never really played God of War.
But you've played Gears of War. That's why I was hoping you'd go to Gears of War.
Oh, you were trying to bring up deep-seated memories of mine.
I was luring you in with a little worm on a hook.
That's funny. It's like when...
And you're like a blind fish that's just headbutting the floor.
It's like when a dude says, hey, man, check out your fingernails, and depending on how you look at your fingernails...
also, dude, I know like you think you're a professional, but when you look at your fingernails, please don't turn your head.
Hey, dude, don't put me on blast here.
You'll hear it when you listen to this back, because I know you do.
Who do you think the fans like more, me or you?
No, I've accepted that I'm the quote-unquote bad cop. I'm the asshole of the podcast, but I think it's needed.
If you ever want to see Govinda shine, check out the GoK Q&A, our weekly roundtable discussion podcast.
When we get fucking drunk.
We get really drunk and we talk some shit.
There's a few episodes. Try and pick them.
Yeah, it's kegging along now. What did we just do? Episode 7?
We just posted 7.
8's in the bag.
8's in the bag. You'll hear that next week.
Check it out. Give it some reviews. Help it along. We'd really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Also, do it for the PlayStation podcast as well.
Oh, yeah. If you want to review this, that's pretty chill too.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. It helps us with our visibility. And, yeah.
I'm looking at, oh no. Don't worry, I blew it. I'm looking at all the people that added me on PSN that, if you added me on PSN, I'm only going to assume you've already given us a 5-star review.
Yep.
But anyway, I think maybe from now on, if you want to add us, you need to send me a screen cap of the 5-star review. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I don't think I've really interacted online as much with people as you seem to have.
Well, if you message me on PSN, I will do my best to get back to you. I apologize to old Dion because I did let him hang for a couple weeks, but I will eventually get back to you.
You're a monster.
I am open to playing games with people, though I will give you all a heads up now. My game time currently is low. Yeah. My time for gaming is minimal. I would like to do it more, but it is difficult.
Yeah, no, just hang in there.
So one day, when I don't have to drive a fucking 3-hour round trip to record a fucking podcast,
hey man,
that's another 5 to 6 hours I have to play games with all of you. Thank you.
You're really letting people behind the curtain here. We do this for love. We love what we do.
I do this for love. Kale just sits in his fucking house like
I do.
Like that fat robot in Futurama fanned and fed grapes.
I think of myself as Jabba, and you're sort of like the slave Twi'lek girl on the chain.
I like to think I'm Leia on the chain. You know
well, she comes later after the Twi'lek girl. The Twi'lek girl's been fed to the Rancor at that point.
Where soon I will be wrapping the chain around your neck until you die. Wookiee Jedi.
That was Jabba the Hutt.
From what I can tell, that was the end of the news.
That was.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is when we move into our PS4 cast.
Correct, and it's your turn.
And I would like to, just for the viewers...
Yep. We're not really shaking the rain stick anymore.
No, it didn't feel good. Like, it didn't feel right. I didn't like it. So we're just going to just be chill about it, actually.
We're thinking of ways to kind of make it more like a weather report.
So, but we're going to leave that in the bag because we're not ready for that this week.
Yeah.
So this week I was going to actually give the forecast to Kale because I don't want to. Nah, just kidding.
I was like, shit, dude, shit. You really should give me a heads up.
I don't know if anyone out there ever played a little downloadable game called SteamWorld Dig.
I did briefly, and I'm going to be honest with you. It didn't grab me.
See, I got hooked on it. Like, I downloaded it and I played. This is like Swindle.
I like the Swindle,
because I played Swindle and I was like, this is garbage platforming.
It's great fun.
It's just nonsensical. I didn't know what I was doing. Anyway, so if you ever played SteamWorld Dig, it's similar to Spelunky, kind of.
Fuck, Spelunky's a good game.
Best ever. One of the greatest roguelikes.
We should play that co-op.
It's really hard, but we should.
It is hard, but it's fun.
Anyway, SteamWorld Dig, you kind of like a robotic Western... It's set in a Western setting. You're a robot, and you've got to dig down and mine stuff out. And as you mine stuff out, you improve yourself. You've only got so much backpack size, so you've got to keep going back up to the surface and unlock more things and keep going down and all that. And I was hoping it was going to be a randomly generated area, but it's not, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
So that was great. Great game. Really enjoyed it. Sucked me in for a little while. Now, the developer, I believe, is Image and Form. I could be wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm right. And they're releasing a game soon called... It just came out on, actually, 3DS. I think it came out end of last year. And it's called SteamWorld Heist. And it's coming out for PS4 and PS Vita, which is always great. I played most of my SteamWorld Dig on Vita. Should be cross-save if it's like SteamWorld Dig. And it's what they call a turn-based action strategy shooter.
That's an interesting mix. Oh, like Valkyria Chronicles.
Yes, but it's a side scroller. Or I guess
Interesting.
it's like Spelunky, it's up and down. But I don't know how this will work because it's a heist. It might be more in actual complexes and building. So you go with a party of like 1 or 4 players. They all have different abilities, or well, not players, characters. And you go around and you get into combat situations where it turns into a turn-based thing, where you start using your abilities. Some people will be higher than you on different levels and lower than you. I'm just really interested in it.
It sounds really interesting.
I didn't even look into it too much. I didn't look at any like real gameplay. I saw little bits and pieces, but I'm pretty jazzed for it.
Yeah,
and I think you all should be too.
I'm intrigued. Like, that's a bit more substance. Again, like, I don't want to rag on the original because I played it for like 2 minutes. Seriously.
It's actually really, really fun. And if
I don't know what happened. Maybe I just wasn't.
If you commit to it, you get into it. And it actually kind of just got really hard, and I think that's why I stopped.
Yep. It really gets to a point.
Yep. But anyway, that's just me.
I guess while we're here, friends of ours, well, not. I lost my train of thought.
It's because you were doing something bad, and I had to shake my head at you.
Yeah, it actually like really threw me off.
Kale taps his fingers on things, and then
on
I
the
hear
microphone,
it all. Like directly on the mic stand.
I'm sort of not great at it. Oh, sorry. Assault Android Cactus is currently up for what is it? PS Plus vote.
Yeah, vote for the PS Plus games.
Yeah. And you guys should check it out because I think it's great, and I'd like to play it for free, please.
See, and I was like, that's chill, and I'd definitely vote with your heart.
Yep.
But I've gotta say, Broforce looks dope.
Broforce does look dope. I'm gonna give you that. But.
And I don't even know what the third one is in. Well, I don't know what the third one is. But as far as I can tell, it's a lost cause.
Here's my thing, Govinda, and I'm sort of going to put you on a blast here. I don't believe Broforce is a independent Australian developer, and we're sort of Australia's #1 PlayStation podcast. So I'm sort of trying to...
I actually would like to go into this podcast as unbiased as possible, and I actually really resent you saying that just because it's Australian, we should vote for it.
All I'm saying is...
I like to vote on merit.
So do I, and that's why I'm going to vote for Assault Android Cactus. And I'd also just like to say that high tides raise all ships. So I feel like, you know, if the Australian market's doing better, maybe PS Podcast does pretty good too. You know what I'm saying?
So really, it's not about the game at all. It's about your selfish wants.
I just love this sunburnt country. You know what I mean? Govinda, like, I really...
Should we sing the national anthem at the end of every episode?
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free. Hey!
We're not going to do that all the way.
You know what? I actually was thinking Waltzing Matilda. For some reason, I think that's the national anthem.
There was actually I feel like there was a vote at some point
to
change it to that.
It's very Australian.
It is, but it also says really nothing about
have you ever
the life of Australians.
Have you read the lyrics? It's such a brutal song.
Yeah, cool. Okay, let's move on.
It's about a man that hangs himself by a pond.
Vote for Assault Android Cactus. It looks like bags of fun. One day I would love to have them on the show. We don't live too far away.
Just saying, you live down the road from Govinda. It's not a big deal. We can move the equipment.
No, you should probably do it here. My house is very loud and noisy. Would be hell for it, actually.
My house is sort of luxurious.
But look,
it's pretty great.
Have a little coast trip, go to the beach, have some fun, and then come record a potty.
The look on your face. I know the listeners will never see it,
but they could feel it.
I want them to know it was terrible. It was weird.
All right, well, that was the thing that I did with the game that I like.
Yeah, yep. So I want to talk about reviews today.
Oh, sorry, we're getting into our talking point.
That's right, our talking point.
I wanted to start calling this the weekly TP.
Well,
because then it's kind of like TP for my bunghole.
But it's got connotations of it being shit.
Right? That's true. Should we just call it like the weekly riff? The weekly riffing?
Come to battle.
I need TP for my bunghole. Bunghole.
Big con holio.
Shout out to Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, that's good fun. I haven't thought about that show in a while.
No, it's all about the movie Beavis and Butthead Do America.
My favorite was when they just see a girl and they just go, come to me. It's so good. Oh